We're Diane and Sam. Usually we're sharing our journey of converting a 12.5 metre bus into our off-grid homestead, or growing or making something. But this month we have taken some time off away from the job site and travelled overseas for our wedding and honeymoon. We last left you at a busy Bangkok airport in Thailand, where we were boarding our plane to our honeymoon. We had a quick stopover in one of the most peaceful airports I've ever been to.
How's your coffee?
Expensive.
Oh yeah? How expensive?
The coolest thing about this airport though was the game room, full of video games to help us pass the time during our stopover. After 3 hours, which flew by, we left feeling relaxed and rejuvenated as we continued the journey to Athens. The view from the window, especially as we went over the islands of Greece, was breathtaking, but it was even more exciting to see the mainland, as we knew in a few short hours we would be collecting our rental car and setting off on an unplanned adventure road tripping the South Peninsula.
So we're learning quickly that we are here at a very cold moment in time.
Oh, my hand.
Froze getting to our car. But it's warm, we've got a beautiful car. This is what my parents drove in Israel.
Oh, nice.
Renault.
I'm driving stick too, and so it's the opposite side. Where's the blinker? Yeah, the blinker's on the opposite side. Everything's on the opposite side. I'm gonna be constantly going like this. Reaching for a stick on my left.
We'll be right. We got this. We got this. Time to go find a hotel, some food, and explore. And the road trip begins.
We knew our number one priority was to get out of Athens as soon as we could. We personally don't like spending too much time in large cities and prefer to get out into the smaller country towns. But little did we know our GPS would lead us right into the heart of the city before it got us out again.
We're somehow in the streets of Athens as far as we know, and it's tight, but we're getting there.
We're just following the GPS. We're going to a different. We're just driving through the city.
Yeah, like the heart.
This is sick. This is so intense.
This is definitely. I'd rather walk than drive here.
I'm gonna have to park in this kind of conditions later.
Lucky we've got a small car. We're nailing it. Yep. Then, right? Oh God. Why is it so tight?
That was so cool. Unbelievable. We're on a freeway. It's just like we exit, turn right, and then it's just like one-way streets. No idea. Like, we just turned into it. That was intense.
Noticing this part of the town has plenty of shops, is quite busy, and we'll be likely to find a restaurant to eat. So this is officially going to be our first stop, and while we eat we'll find a hotel somewhere nearby. Are there many hotels though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. It is freezing, I might not make it. Tomorrow we're going to get up-shop clothes to make us warm.
It's beautiful. I love it here.
First meal in Greece. No words.
Our first hotel was around €50 in the heart of the town, with a stunning view of the snow-capped mountains in the distance. Later in the trip, we will be over on that side, but there is still plenty of adventure ahead of us first. we reckon that up there is snow. Wow! Wow! We were up well before the locals, keen to get a coffee and some food, but most places were shut until at least 10. Luckily, there was 1 or 2 places that was open, including this cute patissiere, which was full of handmade treats for us to choose from. Donut for breakfast isn't bad, right? It smells like Israel donuts.
The place was beautiful too, and everyone was so sweet.
Oh my god.
That's a roundabout. That roundabout's not. It's been like newly built.
Not clear.
It's not on the GPS. I had the same issue last night.
We are now back in the car, nice and early. It's only 8 a.m. Sam and I are awake since like 7 maybe.
We've got this beautiful experience going on where, because we're in Thailand, that we've been going backwards in time by 4 hours. So like it's 9 a.m. and we woke up at 9 a.m. in Thailand, which has just worked out perfectly for Greece because like we got up at like 6, just ready to go.
Yeah, so now we've got some pastries. We're heading to Tolo to do our laundry.
Laundry decided where we went today.
It is, which is kind of cool. So that's our only job and have to do for the day. And then the rest is all explore. So we're going to keep driving and check in with you guys as we do.
Wish us luck.
We're in Greece. It's like an orange farm. Thoughts on Greece so far?
Not what I expected, absolutely gobsmacked. It's just beautiful. It was what I was hoping for. When I decided to rent a car and just cruise through the countryside and explore little towns, like that's exactly what we're getting. It's the only way to travel the mainland of this country, I think. It would not be the same in a tour bus.
It's so cool too because we're driving past all these olive trees and citrus trees, and then there's cherry blossoms everywhere, which are my favorites. So it's kind of special that we have come here at a time that I really love around the world.
It's the perfect time of year to be here. And like the little things I'm noticing, the little things that really like speak to my heart is the firewood. Everywhere we go we smell firewood.
Yes.
We're in the season, I think, where they're trimming or something. So it's like this time of year, the bad trees or whatever, they chop them up. There's trees everywhere. So there's an abundance of firewood and charcoal. And like now it explains why things like spit and gyros is such a thing here, because like there's an abundance of smoking wood and timber and fire. Oh, just yes.
This place is so stunning and peaceful. I feel like I could just walk these streets dreamily forever. We weren't originally going to stay in Tolo for long, but decided we would because of the sweet coastal charm that it had. Because this was a coastal tourist town, a lot was closed, so we were lucky to come across the owners at the right time, as they had a staff quarters room which we could stay in for the night. This put us right in the heart of this little town and right down the road from some epic ancient ruins. So cool, where have you taken us?
I've taken us to an archaeological site. It's called the Archaeological Site of Athena. So we're expecting to see some pretty old rocks.
From the outside it didn't look like much, but as soon as we started walking we realised just how cool this place was going to be.
We're excited to be here. This is my vibe. And there's flowers everywhere for Diane. Okay.
Wow.
view. I would have gone to war too if I got to see this. No.
What was that?
What?
Wow.
Look at the little house up on there.
Oh, wow.
Don't be sorry.
So we came here because I wanted to show Diane a couple of rocks, and we were pleasantly surprised because, like, this is just a complex of history. Like, and the way that it's built, they spent some serious money on this. Like, it was
Like 900,000
Yeah.
euro or something.
yeah. It was €2 to get in, so we were like, oh, it's going to be this tiny little thing, but it's €20 to get in summer. We're so stoked to be here in the cool weather. Like, the sun's out, we're comfy. Like, this is.
Now we begin our descent back down, and we're gonna go out for lunch. All this walking and exploring has got me feeling very hungry and ready for some Greek meat. That sounds inappropriate. We all know what I meant. Let's take one more moment to look at the beauty that is this place.
After an epic hike and explore, we were eager to take the advice of the lady who did our laundry earlier in the day. She suggested a lunch spot where we could get some delicious seafood caught fresh that day, so of course we couldn't pass that up. After lunch, we went to see a few more Greek ruins. We were so exhausted from the morning that I'm not sure how we survived, but we just couldn't miss these, and I'm glad we didn't.
Can you hear him? Does it get louder the closer you get to here? Whoa. Far out, that's so cool. You don't feel that from up there.
No, but it's definitely amplifying.
The evenings in Greece were just as much fun as the days, with the locals staying out late in each bar and cafe, so we joined them with an Irish coffee and a beer. The next morning we got up early for a coffee, of course, and a sleepy wonder before setting off for a 3-hour drive to Monemvasia, a tourist town recommended to us by none other than the laundry lady. As we drove away from Tolo in the distance, we saw a cool fort or castle. This would be an epic adventure of a day in our near future, but not today.
And now we're scaling, you can't even see. Scaling a mountain full of stairs. More stairs. Ah.
We were only a fraction into our road trip and had already fallen in love with the landscapes by day 2. From cute cathedrals to coastal cliff tops and adorable towns, the roads were fairly quiet and easy to navigate as well, and the atmosphere and the people were just so relaxed.
Something cool about the time period that we're here is that it's actually Greek Independence Day in a couple of days' time, and we're going to be here for that, so we can see all the little towns preparing, putting up flags, cleaning things up, so it might end up being a pretty big event. We'll see.
The intensity of the size of these mountains and the smallness of the hills, the smallness of the brush makes this way more terrifying than like what it's usually like. Like in Australia, you have huge trees around you the whole time. which kind of gives you the illusion that you're not really that high up because you're looking at a canopy. But this is like...
We're high.
This is kind of scary. In a good way, like it's an adventure. I wasn't not expecting to scale a mountain.
We've reached the top of it. That's what flags indicate, right? Top of the hill. We may have made it to the top. Ow! She hurts. Okay. Let's go. Oh my god, wow. Scary. Try not to drop anything.
This is incredible.
We made sure to stop and take a moment to look and appreciate any beautiful areas we could, as that was the whole point of our trip. And for sights like these, we were glad that we did.
We went for a nice, coastal drive, looking for a place to have souvlaki, and I think we got a bit lost, guys. All we wanted was souvlaki, and what we got was like thousands of feet of elevation.
Our souvlaki might end up being on the top of this hill. It's just a casual town up here. So flat. Sometimes it's worth getting off the beaten tracks and just
A little bit off the beaten track.
very off the beaten tracks to discover places like this. This is stunning.
So right now, Sam and I are about 800 meters above sea level, and we have stumbled across the cutest family restaurant, and we're so excited to try out some homemade food, and we've already been surprisingly delighted.
Stopping for lunch. We must.
Yeah, we have to.
So while we wait for them to warm up the coals and get things going for us, lucky us, they've served us a pomegranate liqueur, which is delicious. It tastes like a mulled wine.
It is really good. Really sweet.
And then a Greek coffee, which is like an espresso shot.
It's almost like it's percolated.
Oh yeah.
But
Without the milk. And then one last thing to sweeten up the bitterness of the coffee is an eggplant jam preserve, which is fantastic. I really like it.
Yeah.
This on like a scone or bread.
So we ordered the coffee, and they asked us if we wanted sugar, and we said no. And then they, with that, like, we just said we trusted them, and then they just served us a whole bunch of sugary stuff. So it's kind of like a...
And it goes really well.
Yeah, you need sugar with this.
Better than sugar. Unfortunately, our restaurant experience did not go as planned, as the language barrier meant we couldn't quite order what we had wanted, but the family was still so lovely and courteous.
Look to your left.
Whoa. Never mind that. There they all are. Oh, God. My nightmare.
Nightmare.
Luckily, to lift our spirits again, we saw lots of highland goats along the rest of the trip to Monemvasia. Our hotel room was sweet and in the centre of the actual town overlooking the famous mountain, which little did we know housed a whole castle and town that had been transformed and rebuilt into a thriving modern town that we could actually stay in.
So it's been a hell of a day so far. A really big adventure starting at 6 a.m. We watched the sun rise today on a beach. And now we're 4 hours south at the Monovasia Castle, which is on an island, and you gotta walk there because there's no parking. It's literally like a tiny little peninsula island. So we're pretty excited to check it out. We have no idea what it is.
And we're about to head in through the gate, and the whole town is supposed to be on the other side of the rock that we can see from our room.
It's kind of like Old Town in Jerusalem. There's like a township in there. Cool. Let's check it out.
In a place like this, you can just wander and get lost, discover a bunch of cool places, and then eventually find your way back, right? Like, it's a circular city.
It keeps going up though. Like,
true, we haven't gone down yet.
This is the township below like the castle, and the castle is straight there.
Oh.
So if we keep ascending, eventually we're gonna make our way to the castle.
To the top.
I don't know if it's open though.
We there yet?
It's a light breeze of a walk, alright? It's only cliff face.
What a walk.
This is cool.
With legs still sore from yesterday and a lot of childlike spirit, we finally made it to the top, to the castle of Monovasia.
Look at that.
We're gonna get caught in a rainstorm!
Whoa!
Alright, let's get away from the edge.
Yeah.
The wind's too strong. It's okay, there's a platform there. I'll be okay.
All the same, I didn't marry you to watch you fall off a cliff, alright? This is the only way to travel overseas. Now on, we're renting vehicles and we are just hunting places down. The reason we're here right now is because we get a clothes wash in the sort of town we're in yesterday, and we just asked the lady, who was English, where we should go to. And she said, come down this way, it's worth checking out. Just like, that didn't give us any more details, just come down this way. We had an amazing day driving here, and we're gonna go get a drink now.
Hi, handsome. Oh, baby. Hello. Hi. Hi. You speak English? Yeah. Oh, you're so beautiful. Because I don't have my dogs with me. This is all I can get.
A lot of these places are actually hotel rooms and guest houses, and you can stay on the island in the township in them. I think they range from like €100 and like way up. We're just staying off the area, which is fine for us, and we're really excited to see it from the outside, but definitely a cool experience. Scratch the other place, we're actually in a different bar because they wouldn't let us go outside because they were worried about the rain. This place beats that. Of course, there was no way that I would fit all of Greece into one video, so you're just going to have to come back for part 2.